you can. It's obtainable.
It's fun.
It's not just.
It's not like entering into this park with like 30-foot booters and stuff. It's a park where you can take it as big or as small as you want. You can flow it.
There's no impending doom.
Yeah.
I think is what. Is
Unless
nice
you
about
accidentally
it.
take a wave.
Unless you decide to dive through the trees.
You don't want to overshoot
It can
those volcanoes.
Right.
But we were lucky to have that. And at the bottom, I think one thing that a lot of people were really stoked on at the bottom of the Peace Park, at the very bottom, was a mini pipe as compared to the super pipe.
Best thing ever put in Bachelor.
Right?
Well, you know, this was the
Every
second time
winter.
Bachelors had a mini pipe. They used to have one like, I don't know, 10 plus years ago.
Yeah,
it was over on Sunrise.
Yep.
They had a mini pipe on Sunrise, and they started building rails into the wall. And like me and all my friends have just been telling everyone that would bother listening to us for the last like 10 or 12 years, bring back a mini pipe, bring back a mini pipe, bring back a mini pipe.
And they
And they did.
Finally.
And I have not heard one person say anything but how stoked they were on it. And if they're going to do it, Bachelor, I think we're unanimous then. If Bachelor's going to do anything,
Great.
bring back the mini pipe next year.
Let's go.
And
Bring it back.
maybe even put it like someplace different, maybe.
Sure.
You know, maybe a little higher up the mountain.
New John, if you're listening, put a mini pipe in next year.
And so, you know, that terrain ended up for us as Skyliner closed. Although we had it this year, it did still close early because they want to put in a six pack, which we're all, I think not a bad thing. I think we're all stoked on that.
You get 2 more friends
Yeah.
on the chairlift.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Move people. It's
I think
good.
the hardest part is the beer math at that point. Like, you know, if you're trying to split 1 beer with 4 friends on a chairlift ride, that's pretty easy. But like with 6 friends, are you splitting 2 beers or 1 beer and you all get a little bit less?
I have
Like,
to bring a flask.
2 beers.
Has-
2 beer minimum.
Has anybody heard anything about, speaking of drinking beers, how that will affect Skyliner parking lot?
I heard they're going to build a bigger parking lot.
I think they're adding to the parking lot a little bit.
Extend
But
the
still,
parking
drive in,
Oh, yeah.
ski in, ski out,
I think they're shortening the chairlift just a little bit. I think we've all heard the rumors of them shortening the top a little bit, so it's right under the summit crossover, so it kind of frees up congestion up top. But I think congruently with that, they're actually raising the base of it up a little bit. So it'll be like 1 or 2 lift towers up from where it is right now, and I think that area under where it is right now basically is going to be kind of some extended parking lot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just a little extra.
I think.
Maybe they'll fix the bathroom.
Maybe they'll make
Back
it
for the
flush.
ladies. The ladies are
That's why I don't park there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When I go with my mom, we go to West Village.
Sick. So,
So the Peace Park, and getting back to just the easy flow terrain and what features you guys like the best and where you like starting and where you end is incredible. There's so much to have inside the Peace Park.
and then to meet back up with your friends, like you could choose, like I like the fact, like I'm going to go left, I'm going to go right. And then you have the option of meeting back in the middle, and then you finish your run down by the mini pipe together often, unless you got your maniac friends that are going down the big jump line. You know, there's some of them, but but that's not me. I'm just saying.
I like that.
Yeah. No, and so I think that's a good opportunity, and we haven't touched like Woodward Bachelor and the park crew. I mean, we got to give them a little bit of props.
Yeah, they're engineers and geometry majors. Those guys are rad.
I mean, most of them never graduated high school.
But
and
they
just
are
digging
though,
out
because
of the
it's all
I love you, Logbot.
engineered. But it's all engineered. It's all measured and planned. And
No, absolutely. They're
cool.
trust me, being somebody, although being somebody who's ridden snowboard parks for a long time and has gone through the progression of snowboard parks, absolutely. There is actually a bit of a science to it now, when it was kind of just like, fuck it, huck it, before. So there is some science to it now. So yeah, you're right, for sure.
I don't know,
It
it's really
changed
impressive.
pretty frequently this winter too.
Yeah. Between changes and just like dealing with snow cycles and like clearing the rails off and the jumps off and like just making sure it stayed maintained well enough that you could safely hit the features through most of the season. Like, that's a lot of work.
For sure. And I mean, just the percentage of our mountain that we have as parks and different parks, I mean, for our size of the mountain, like it's pretty high. It's a substantial endeavor to maintain all that.
the talent that comes out of our mountain too. Like if you travel other places, it's amazing to come back here and be like, whoa. I mean, just amazing skill.
I mean, we could have a whole nother podcast just on that.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely right. It's pretty. it's a testimony to the mountain that we have to shred on, like the variants of riders that it puts out, like from the park riders to, if you look at snowboarding at natural selection.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh
when you see them riding this terrain, that like we don't have any of that here. Like how are they the best in the world at that? And I think it's just the variety of terrain we have at this mountain, and how it does change so much because it is a volcano, and from the top of the mountain, like the wind affects everything that you don't know until you drop in exactly what hits you're hitting. And I think that's got to be a part of it.
Yeah, and even skier talent that comes out of here that's doing the big backcountry, big spines.
Yeah.
We have crazy.
I say snowboarding because I'm a snowboarder, but I'm talking about skiers and snowboarders.
Yeah,
Some of the
right,
best skiers in the
exactly.
world, like Sage Catabria
Yes.
chooses
Yeah,
Bachelor to be his
yeah.
home resort.
Yeah.
And like, it
Yeah.
was a conversation I was having with someone partway through the season where I think it's kind of a testament to Bachelor that a lot of people don't think about. Because you get, people moving from places in like Montana or Colorado where they are used to like big chutes and couloirs and steep technical terrain all the time.
Yeah.
And we don't really have that. Like, I mean, we've got the pinnacles and we've got the cornice, but that's like about it when it comes to that. But a lot of the runs, it's kind of a choose your own adventure, right? Like you could be cruising down a blue square run, but if you dip just off to the side of it, you could be hucking like double jumps over wind lips.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like you can make any run on Bachelor as hard or easy as you want. Like I love skiing the Dilly Dally Alley area and the Magic Forest above that on Sunrise. Like I made my own little snake run on that just yesterday, just having a good time bobbing and weaving through trees and picking a different line. Like, and yeah, it's relatively basic terrain if you just want to try to make it down it. But if you want to try to flow with it and have fun with it, you can make that technical if you want to.
Yeah.
Like,
And you can still be doing that in May and June.
Yeah.
And it wraps back around to the flow.
Yeah.
Just like the Peace Park.
Yep.
The mountain that we ride is so flowy.
it's so fun.
Well,
it's like surfing.
Which we haven't touched. We
Jerry
haven't mentioned.
Lopez.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ted. Thank you, Ted. Thank you. That's exactly when we say flow. Thank you, Ted. That's exactly where I was going to go with that. We haven't even said the word or the name.
Legend.
The legend,
The man, the myth,
Jerry
the legend.
Lopez.
Legend.
Which brings us to, and we haven't touched upon the Big Wave Challenge, Jerry's event.
Yeah.
That was
Which I got Josh to ride with me.
I did get
In the
a
course,
lap
and
as a
skiers aren't usually
skier
allowed.
on the course. The day before, I managed to follow Cam Ted through it.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure I was the only skier who got to hit that course the entire time.
That was sick.
And then I got cut off on my next lap trying to follow Hannah through it.
Oh, you good? I didn't even know that.
They're like, no.
They're like, Josh, we let you through once, but skiers aren't allowed here. I was like, damn it.
I don't think they fully understood that you were a skier when I asked them.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that think I'm a snowboarder. And
Yeah,
they're like, Josh
He's
is in
like,
ski boots.
because I think he heard like, can you film me? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. I just ducked the rope and sent it.
And we have the footage. Yeah.
And that's basically what the Big Wave is. It's just super good vibes. Everybody's super laughing, having a good time. And for those of you that don't know, the Big Wave Challenge is Jerry Lopez is a legendary. I don't even want to call him a professional
Big
surfer. He was in Big Wednesday.
He's like
yes,
surfer
he was.
royalty.
Conan the Barbarian.
He was in Conan. He was an actor at some point, yes, and was in a lot of movies. But no, like you said, he's just a legend. He is a guru. He is the godfather of shred is how I would look at it,
riding.
and he still shreds, and that's what kind of
Is he
makes
like
him what he is.
74 maybe?
He's 73 from what I understand, and he's still out there snowboarding. I saw him hitting side hits on the get back from Northwest this season. I rode by him like, is that Jerry Lopez hitting side hits like right next to me? Like, and growing up as a surfer, that was one of my highlights of my snowboarding here. In fact, this season probably was seeing Jerry just sending it. But the Big Wave Challenge is in the spirit of surfing, a course set up where you can slash, you can air, you can do some freestyle, but really it's about the style and the soul and the slashes tied in with what is Bachelor, and Jerry knows that, which is why
And the
he made-
Aloha.
Yeah.
and the Aloha
Which
spirit.
our friend Ingrid, who did that art right there.
Yes, she did.
Yes. And she won the award for most Aloha this year.
She did.
She brought a bag of Lays, and she gave them to everyone, and she brought so much positive attitude. We love Ingrid.
Excellent.
We do.
Isn't part of the deal that Jerry Lopez too that a bunch of the pro surfer buddies
Oh, yeah?
come
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
they
Oh, yeah.
ride snow and then it's supposed to be like this transfer and then the snow guys can go ride surf.
It's a little harder for us snow
Harder
guys to
the
go.
other
I mean, I surf, but for snow guys to go ride surf, it's a little harder than the surf guys to show up and ride
Yeah,
snow. I'm
it's
just being
different.
honest. That's just the truth.
Oh no, I've never surfed.
I sink in the water.
I've surfed twice in my life, and I spent most of the time getting barreled. Just totally tumbled the whole time. I got like 3 waves, and it was so much fun, though. I want to do it again.
So basically what you're telling me is I had to move to Oregon and then put on some thing on my ramp and have a bunch of people over to be the best surfer in the room. Is that
you
what I
are.
had to,
Yeah.
is that what I had to do?
Yeah.
Like, it took me this long to be the best surfer. Sweet. Look at this. Look at this.
I will name drop though. I did grow up with Kelly Slater in Florida. So just saying.
Cocoa Beach? Is that where?
Well, actually, we were in Palm Beach County, but
Okay,
you know,
close
he
enough,
liked to
close
do Dawn Patrol at Hobe Sound.
I mean, hey, we can all aspire to have his longevity, and you know he's over 50 and
And
still on the
Jerry's
world tour.
longevity.
Right?
Well, that goes back, and that's what I was getting at. Jerry, 73 years old. He puts on this event. We all come out, and he's there as well. And this year was the first time I did it, and I had a blast. Thank you. Ted did it.
Yep.
Yep.
I've done it before. I mean, I did the year they did the video
Right.
contest entry.
Nice.
3 years
So that's
ago.
actually why.
Like
Yeah.
COVID
I did
year.
it the
'Cause it was
first
COVID.
year.
Right, that was a while ago.
I have a
on-
picture
on
of
your
me.
snowboard?
Yeah, on my snowboard.
Nice.
On my movement snowboard. I
Nice.
got a really cute picture of me, Ashley Thornton, and Jerry, and I'm in a bikini.
That's
Yes,
epic.
I was just going to ask
Oh,
you.
can we see that? Will you show me that picture? I want to see that picture.
I think that's
I gotta
a-
see that picture.
A perfect segue. That is I would like to see that picture as well. That is a perfect. That is a perfect segue to talk about Ski Mom and Rendevan at the end of the season.
There's
Oh,
any
yeah,
talent guys out there, just give me a call.
Oh yeah, talking about bikinis.
Yeah, well, Ted, you love your fan.
Josh was actually
Yes.
more there.
Oh, right, he was right.
Part of my duties as MC at Rendevan, I'm up on stage, and we were doing a retro ski wear walk off, so like runway walk off, right? We wanted everyone to show up in their retro best, and,
70s, right?
Yeah, have a good time, and strut their stuff, and it was super fun. I'm up on stage and I'm announcing this whole thing, and they get it all lined up, and everyone's walking down it, and I mean, I'll let you tell everyone how you represented and how you crushed the competition for the best performance at Rendevan for the retro ski walk. I'm up on stage and I didn't see any of this coming, and suddenly out of nowhere, well, firstly, it starts off with this dude. I mean, he had a good thing going. He was all retroed out, and he stabs his skis into the ground. He's starting to make a show of it, and out of nowhere comes Ski Mom.
Would it look like you're wearing like a trench coat?
So what I gotta tell you is, like, I'm on the way. I'm up there for Rendevan already, and I'm like, oh, they're having a 70s ski outfit contest. I'm like, oh, that'd be fun, but I'm not totally ill prepared. And I was like, ooh, 70s ski. I got a bikini.
And the headphones.
I got a bikini and ski boots. I'm like, knee socks. Okay, knee socks, and then like headphones. I'm like, could be snowing. I'm like, would I have my mink coat?
Ooh, a mink coat. That's
I got reduce, reuse, recycle. I got this sweet mink coat this year because I've always wanted one, and it was perfect to bring to Japan because it was, gets you in the clubs and also keeps you warm. And I was like, all right, so my tact will be I could walk up there in my mink coat with my little hat, my headphones, and then I could just flash everybody.
And it was amazing. It was
Oh wait,
amazing.
did you get a video of her?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best videos.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
such a good video.
She got the best video.
She spins around, and it's instant timing of like perfect.
Literally right time,
so-
right place.
We're definitely gonna get that footage and put it into the post edit on this.
So the
Thank
best
you.
part, like being up on stage. So I mean, she came in, did the original flash, and then comes back around and starts dancing with this other dude who's like putting on a show, and it just basically becomes her and him down the runway. Everyone, the events crew is trying to stop the drag show from continuing because it's time to like announce winners, get the next band ready to go up on stage.
Let's go.
And so they're just dancing and having the time of their lives up there. And the director of events is sitting there on the side of the stage looking at me like,
Woo!
what the fuck is happening, right? And so she walks up to me and she's like whispering in my ear while I'm on stage on the mic, and she's all like, Josh, get more people to walk, get more people to walk. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the events crew's trying to like stop the show at this point.
This is all I heard. Like I'd already done my little walk, and I was like, I'm good, I'm done, you know.
Yeah.
But then I heard you up there, and I heard you say, the beautiful people, you know who you are. And I was like, well, you know what? I've come this far.
You are a beautiful
I'm
human.
going to
Yes,
walk
yes.
back out there. And I'm not saying I think
Oh,
I'm
man.
beautiful, but I'm like, well, how often in your life do you get this opportunity?
No, it was amazing. And it was just, I'm just up on stage like, I've lost control of this situation.
Wait, so did you win anything?
I got best performance.
she
I know,
won.
but like winning a prize, like you
I
have
got
prize.
like a Mount Bachelor sweatshirt.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a whole little swag
And a
bag.
little fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
And the prestige. I got the prestige.
Oh, that's the thing.
I
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
I didn't think I was gonna win because I feel like I don't win very much because I'm ski mom, and I was really stoked that I won. I was
There's
really
that kind of like
so thank
realm
you.
where you're like, because I'm already well known, like, do they maybe not select me so they could select
Yeah,
someone
exactly.
else, right? Like,
They're like, it's
No, but you
Carol.
killed it
She does it
way
all the
harder than
time.
everyone, so they had to give it.
Yeah, undeniable.
Here's the other thing. I honestly believe, like, the role modeling thing, I really feel like if you put on a bikini, it gives people permission to put their bikini on. And that's important.
I'm okay with, yeah, I'm into that.
Free the bikini. More bikinis.
it should be. Everyone should wear a bikini.
Yeah, I was just saying, I got bikini. Let's all put on our bikinis.
Raymond looked awesome in a bikini.
Should we finish this podcast in bikinis or like?
Here's the bikini.
So then,
But I mean, I feel like that exemplifies like just, I mean, beyond Rendevan, that's like spring at Mount Bachelor, right? Like that's the season that
brings
we're
us
in now.
back
That's
over to
like
springtime.
the beautiful thing. Like, you know, obviously the last few years between COVID and different things going on and like especially weird weather patterns, like last year we were skiing powder all the way through spring. But for the most part, we usually have like this 1 to 2 month period of like, it's warm. It's like 60 to 70 degrees up there. We're in t-shirts. We're in
Shorts and
bikinis.
shades.
We're wearing like we're in outfits,
Wearing
shorts and
bikinis.
Shout out
shades.
Max Worthington.
And like,
Yeah.
especially when Skyline is properly operating, like we're like barbecuing in the parking lot, we're partying, we're having a fun time. That's like spring at Mount Bachelor. And like 90% of the time, you're not even just riding the mountain. You like ride in the morning and then you're like paddleboarding in the afternoon or golfing in the afternoon or mountain biking. And like, that's in my mind, that's like the exemplification of the Bend life. It's like,
That's probably why I'd say I post. It's because
Yeah.
I want people to have permission. Like, even, I know you can't go all day, every day.
no.
But
The
have
incredible
permission
thing
to
about Mount Bachelor
have
is
fun.
we don't close on April 14th like every
No.
other mountain in this.
We keep
the
fucking
Western
going.
Hemisphere. Like it keeps going, and
Yeah.
and we get more snow, and they keep pushing it off to the end of May, and it's an incredible.
And this is an opportunity to give props to Bachelor. You are giving props to Bachelor, where people talk smack, but at the end of the day, like we're still open, and other places are closed.
Well,
Like,
I'm pretty sure yesterday the Powder We rode was the best resort that was open in North America.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we got to ride. That we were
Well, it's
privileged
like,
to ride.
There's a certain point
You know?
where you got to recognize in May, especially like 90% of the people that we see on the mountain on any given day probably have at the very least a spring pass, if not a season's pass.
Very much
Like
so.
most of us are drinking beer out of our own cars, so there's not a lot of people in the bar. There's not a lot of people buying food in the lodge.
Right.
Like odds are, like if I had to guess just from a business standpoint, Mount Bachelor probably loses money every May so they can stay open so we can have a spring
Yep.
season.
Yeah.
Very much
It's
'Cause, like,
beautiful. It's a great thing.
I have 143 days on my pass, and I guarantee they're not making money on me at this point. Like, like
Because we get colder, we get a colder spring than most anywhere around.
Oh yeah.
well, and our altitude
that-
helps a
that's
little
what
bit
altitude
too.
altitude.
And it's the
cold
way
is-
the
the way the
snowpack
mountain
comes in.
comes
in.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, we're at the 45th parallel. So Warren Miller was actually quoted in saying that because we're in the 45th parallel, we have a special snowpack here. That's why the World Cup racers used to train here, and you know the big bag jumper, flipper flyers, and all that stuff.
yeah.
Have you ever seen? Has he been here before? Have you seen him here?
Warren Miller?
Yeah.
Warren Miller filmed
I-
Bachelor a few
I
times.
never
yeah.
saw him personally, but
I'm sure.
But he used to
Yeah.
come through town with his tours. I never got the chance to do it, but my dad a few times. My dad worked in Sun River for a long time. He was the executive banquet chef out there. And when Warren Miller would come through on his like film tours, when he would still live narrate the films, he would stop in Sun River usually. And my
Like, I
dad
don't
caught a
know.
couple like Warren Miller appearances in Sun River.
you
back
guys
in the
know
day.
OJ Merrill. He's in one of the Warren Millers.
Oh, I know OJ. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He's-
in one of the athletes.
Yep.
In it. There's some good footage, some good work.
We got some of his skis hanging up at J-Dub.
And the biggest thing about Bachelor's Summit opens.
Yeah.
A lot in the springtime.
Yeah.
And for any of you guys listening, deciding whether or not you want to go skiing or you're going to go skiing, Warren Miller said that we could stay open until the 4th of July if there was skier interest.
Yes.
I'm
So
interested.
it's on
I'm
you.
Everyone says they're interested, but then they don't
Are you
show up.
listening, my bachelor?
It would be basically us like hanging out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm there.
locals.
I'm there.
Hey, we're inviting people.
It's a good posse. There's more now than ever.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, this is a good.
It's a good posse.
Bring it around to the Vulcan, and that was kind of why
Shred long and prosper.
Shred long and prosper. Thank you, Ted. That was why we were inspired to start the Vulcan. Is just like the shred community here, the wide swath and variety of skiers, snowboarders, men, women, old, young. Like it's crazy. Like I've been around and I've been to a lot of different mountains, a lot of different communities, skating, snowboarding, all of it, and I stumbled into it myself here, but it's very special. Like it really is. And I've been some like hyped up, cool like places and this is rad here. And so
The
that's
local Stoke is amazing.
Yeah.
Utterly
It's
amazing.
incredible.
it's almost like I don't think people like it's not, I've really not felt it anywhere else like
Most
this.
most mountains have one or two characters that are recognizable, and it's like those like the legends on the mountain. I feel like on Mount Bachelor, it's like every other person I see in the Skyliner lot is like some sort of legendary status on Bachelor, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Either because they're classic or they rip or
Yeah.
their contributions to the community or whatever it
oh,
may
you got like
be.
Yeah.
Jock up there with lovely Lisa.
God.
and you got like literally everyone in this room
with
that
his
everyone
cone.
knows up there. You got all the new kids. You got like it's
You got
ridiculous.
Scone on the cone.
You got Bodie. Yeah, you got scones on the
Oh,
cone.
yeah, we didn't talk about scones on the cone. I mean, it's just
Every-
clever
You got
and
our
fun.
friend Imran who just started
Imam,
teaching
did
him
you
how
get-
to help himself how to ski last year, and he's up there every day, and
Really?
everyone knows who he is now, right?
They're
Like,
great. And we kind of forget that we are a tourism town, and so Mount Bachelor is integral to our winter tourism. We're really lucky to have that resource and what that does to bring in jobs to our community and that kind of thing. And back in 2006, 2008, it was struggling because
yeah.
it was a hard time, and so it's super cool to see it like coming back. And we have the spring pass, and so many people there, and it's a beautiful thing. And like a lot of people don't even think about the fact that the big tourist time of year is summer. We're all winter people.
like
So-
winter's big, but
Yeah.
it's nothing compared to summer tourism. And like, so the fact
Yeah.
that we can like draw as big of a crowd as we do in the winter,
Yeah.
to support a mountain that doesn't even have lodging or anything else on it.
That's the nuts part. That is
Like-
really the nuts
That's
part.
kind of wild, right?
It's also kinda
these other big
special.
resorts have, hotels, and then because they have hotels, they have restaurants that could be open late at night and bars open late at night and
Right.
ski shops where they're right next to the hotel. Bachelor's like its own entity, removed from town, and even though it's really close and we're
Which
really
pushes
spoiled to
that
only
business
drive
to
20
town.
minutes to the mountain, like it's not like they're making money after hours. It's not like the lifts close down and Bachelor's still making money.
Right.
Lifts close down, they're done for the day, and then the groomers turn on, they're burning diesel all night, and like it's really, really unique in the ski industry.
And then all that, and just all those people get pushed back to town, and then we've got the triangle because we've got Band and Sun River, and then both of those
Yeah.
towns are making money.
Well,
kids
and
are going
how
to
lucky
school.
are we living in to not live in the ski town where you walk to the lift where you get 100 feet of snow or whatever. And we
Oh, it's true.
get manageable snow, and then we drive 20 minutes to a mountain.
Yeah,
and,
I just have to
you
dig
know,
myself out of the snow park every night after
well,
I park there.
you're a special circumstance.
Well, you are
Ambulance.
skiing, yeah.
Choices we make.
Josh is skiing.
I bring my ski town with me.
I mean, eventually there's going to be surrounded by a bunch of other people like yourself,
It's,
and that's
it's
going to
getting
be the
more and
new
more
ski
popular.
town.
Like I've got like long-term neighbors at Kapka. You know,
That's what I'm saying.
it's the people I park next to every night that I've never actually met in person, but I just recognize their rig. And like I roll in late enough after bartending, I like park next to them at night, and then they're gone by the time I wake up in the morning. But we park together like all the time, and like once a season we'll meet and be like, oh wait. You're in that van? It's like, oh, you're in that ambulance? It's like, oh, dude, sweet. What's up, neighbor?
Josh, you guys, we touched upon it a little bit, Josh, your lifestyle and what you do, but I think this is another opportunity just to give you a double down on the props. Like the way that you roll, literally, to like leave work or drive up the mountain park to to continue to do the service for the community and entertain us at the same time, and to be a figurehead for the community. Super awesome, and it's not easy. You put in a lot of work. I don't think people recognize
Yeah,
that.
and it's uplifting.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's
appreciate
awesome.
it. It's worth it, and I mean, for all the support that's out there, it's super cool to be able to do. I'm thankful for it every day. It's
Well,
it's
thank
that
you.
enjoyable.
The other day, I
mindset.
didn't come up to the mountain until I saw your report.
Honestly, sometimes I like think to myself, I'm like, should I go skiing today? And I'm like, what would Josh do? Of course I'm gonna go skiing. It's like WWJD.
There's a new bumper sticker on.
That is awesome.
I don't know how we're gonna top that one.
There has to be a bracelet or something.
Snap
What
bracelets
would
from the
Josh
90s.
do?
Oh yeah, and by the way, there's a donation thing for Josh to shave his beard.
Oh no
and
no
just-
no! We'll see. Maybe someday. Maybe
But
someday.
if
when I'm
that
ready.
happens, Josh, the donation has to go directly to you, bro.
Yeah right.
One thing I wanted to say about like just the local community, I've had a couple friends like come out and visit me in the last couple years, like as I've found this community here at the mountain, and they always leave and they're like, damn, I'm so jealous of your little family that you have
Yeah.
here. Like you guys are so cool. Like I just had a friend come out and visit from Montana, and he rides Bridger like every single day. And he
We love
rides
you,
Big
Zach.
Si. Yeah, love you, Zach. Miss you. And he just like he comes to Bachelor, and he's just like, I don't even like care about riding. Like I just want to hang out with you guys. Like your vibe, your stoke. Like he matches our stoke. He's that person too. So it's so cool to like bring outsiders into our community and be like, this is Bachelor.
Yeah,
This is our
it's
home.
dope.
Like this is what we love to do. This is
Yeah,
why we're here.
it's almost like unless they come and experience it, you tell them, they're like, yeah, every mountain's dope, every community's dope,
Yeah.
there's shredders and cool people everywhere, and then they come like, oh, like,
Yeah, and now he's watching us ski powder on May 9th.
But then there's that. Like, I don't know. I want to be getting into some of the hate I get. Like people are like liking my shit and commenting all year, and then once I start getting into the later spring, it's almost like they're like, well, my mountain's done. Like I'm liking your posting. F you and your May 9
Yep.
powder.
It's
Screw
kind
you
of
and
like
your
gotten to
still
the
skiing.
point. I'm like, you can move out here.
I'm always like, spring pass. Get a spring pass.
I know
Come for
some
the
people that
spring
like live in Colorado, and they'll make basically like an annual pilgrimage to Mount Bachelor. They'll they'll finish working at their ski resort, buy a spring pass, come out here, take 2 months off of work, and just dirt bag it like in the back of whatever shitty SUV they have, like filling their cooler with snow from the Skyliner lot like every day just to keep their food mildly cold. And they'll just spend the whole spring dirt bagging, and then like the season's over, and then they just like disappear back to Colorado. Like I have a few homies that I literally only see like this time of year for 2 months, and then they're just gone until next year.
Maybe if they're super hardcore, they'll go to Timberline after.
Is anything in Colorado open? Right?
I don't think so.
Maybe like A Basin.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I know
Loveland.
Utah and California have both had
Yeah.
a few extended
They
spots.
have like a
but-
wildlife thing.
Yeah, some of them stay
Yeah,
open.
it's,
A Basin usually will stay open.
Let's wind this down, but let's give it.
Oh yeah, because the kids want to skate.
Yeah, we got. We're on.
There's ramp. There's like they're waiting to skate
Yes.
this ramp right
Yeah,
now.
there's a ramp. We're on a ramp.
I'd like to rank all the little kids
And
for
there's like
sacrifice.
10. They're not little. They're in their early 20s.
I'll say I filmed a lot of podcasts, and this is probably one of the coolest podcast setups.
Oh,
Cool, sweet. I'll take
I
it.
filmed them in the back rooms of breweries. I filmed them in like back rooms of bars and pubs and ski shops.